What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 44 of my Total Warhammer 3 modded Karl Franz campaign. So as we saw last time, our conquest of the lands formerly occupied by Sartosa, Tilea in particular, have been proceeding well apace. Only Rafrafa and Sartosa itself remain, and we should be able to knock the pirates out within about 2 turns. 2 only, and because we want to wait until Sartosa tiers up to tier 5. Skaven Blight is also threatened by the sheer number of armies that we have here, so it is looking like we're about to finish off this area for good. Now, in terms of what we got to do this term, or at least what we have left, we still have to move Kurt and Gavin out, and I believe that's pretty much it, as we've been preparing to go next turn and to upgrade Altdorf to tier 5, including all the buildings there, like the Imperial Palace and the colleges. So let's get started on that. Just want to double check that there isn't anything to do. Tech Thief has stolen. Failingly, and he did succeed that time, but still. Even his successes now, they're just tainted by his failures. Gavin and Koei, I think are the only ones that can move right now. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so, Kurt and Gavin, you are going to move out towards the Isle here, the Isle of Wights, though I think we'll stop by at this shipwreck briefly to get whatever we have there. You can move out that way as well, and explore the island will mean battle. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, we're going to manually fight this super quickly. I don't trust the auto-resolve here. We can't be hurt again. If we get hurt again, we're going to have to land in Bretonnia, and if we have to land in Bretonnia, we're going to have to wait and until Be'lakor rebuilds his forces, and it'll just be a whole annoying thing. So I'd much rather just do this real quick. Our artillery will take care of those. I don't see any problems here. And let's see, they have hand cannons, and they have the regular zombie pirate gunnery mobs, not the handgun variety by the looks of it. Which means we should be able to move up with our outriders and stuff as well. We do outrange the enemy pretty significantly. That said, this is the annoying smiley face map that I don't particularly like, so gotta watch out for that, as the enemy monster is likely to be able to close the distance with us just by virtue of the fact that it'll be covered by this hill here. Alrighty, you guys up in front, you guys go here at the max of your range. I'll try not to get too damaged by the enemy mortar. You can't be out front because you need to provide your aura to everybody, so let's do this, and then let's do something like this, although you will spawn additional handguns. You know what, if you're going to spawn handguns anyway, maybe we'll do this a little bit differently. Let's put you guys right here, a little bit more forward. And you guys, do you have a hill that you could fire from? You know what, you can go back here, and then you can go below them like so. Slaneshi giggle. That should still enable them to fire. You guys like so, and then you guys like so, and then hopefully we'll get another one as well. You out front, and then we'll have the Free Company and the... okay, I guess the Free Company will be on the flanks, not that I'm worried about the enemy flanking us in this particular situation, like so, and like so. Alright, should still be able to fire over their heads, I think. Or hope, or whatever. Alrighty, now we're good. Maybe we can just move you guys forward so that the aura is spread out more, like so. And then lastly, the borderman, you can... wait, I moved you to the wrong place. You guys go up here, and then the bordermen go behind here. There we go. And we turn off the skirmish mode of all of you, on and off. Good. And that is now it. Alrighty, so you're gonna be group 1, you're gonna be group 2. Everybody else can be group 3. And then I want you guys actually grouped up. 4, and then 5. Perfect. Start battle. Alright, you guys fire for a little bit, but then immediately back off as soon as you're in range. You guys can move forward. Cannon, I want you targeting Big Boy over here. And let's hope that you can do so. Let's move the Halberdiers out front. You handgunners move here to help. Hopefully Big Boy won't go through trees. You guys back off before we start getting hit by the enemy range units. You guys hit the enemy as they approach. Alright, looks good to me. And do we want to pop the Flaming Sword of Ruin to buff everybody up? Maybe we do. Let's just buff everybody's range up. Wait, how long does this last? 60 seconds, so as soon as everybody starts firing, that's when we'll want to pop it. Alright, keep moving. Keep moving. You guys maybe get a shot off on that Rotting Leviathan. Actually, I want you guys to get a shot off on it too. Alright, time for the Flaming Sword. to buff up everybody you can. There we go. And now, enemies almost in range. Back off, please. Back off.
Yes, General.
Alright, maybe go to the sides. It doesn't really matter. You guys are going to reinforce the melee line, such as it is. Oh, are they going to pop their spell on the heavy horse sleds? That's definitely a waste, which works for us. How's Big Boy looking? Yeah, he's still alive. Alright, handguns. I'm going to want you to target Big Boy here. And what is this? Oh wait, that's the Flaming Sword of Ruin. I thought for a second that the enemy was targeting us. Otherwise, the battle should be over fairly quickly. You guys just make sure you don't get killed by the hand cannons. In fact, I'd like you to focus those down. You guys get another shot off on it. You fireball at said hand cannon. You can't reach it. Alright, fine. They're going to stop moving any second now. Oh, these guys have already stopped moving, so let's target them. Alright, Big Boy's nearly down. And the battle should be just about ours. Lovely. Let's watch the Rotting Leviathan fall. Beautiful, which means the cannon and stuff will cease firing on them. These guys are not going to really back off. They're going to continue focusing our summoned unit, and oh wow, our artillery pieces. You guys fire on this and on this. Cannon here, cannon here. And Hawkland long rifles, I want you to target the enemy lord. I want you guys to stop running. And then reinforce the line a little bit. You guys target the enemy lord. You can now move into formation. And alright, so our only unit that's going to get hurt is this armored Cassar unit. I was hoping to pop a cascading fire cloak on it, but that's not going to work. You guys charge into melee to reinforce the line. And of course, our handgunner's getting hurt by our oh man, the Hellstorms can be such a liability at times. They've hurt us a lot more than I would have liked. I want to avoid all casualties, but anyway, speed it up to max, and we're done. Actually, cannons are not firing anymore. Good. Alright, hopefully not too much in the way of model losses. Yeah, most of the model losses are on the armored Cassars. If we're able to heal up after the battle, though, they should be fine. And it's not so much damage that we're concerned, in the sense that we're not going to get... we're not going to have to land. Yeah, can't see damage on the screen. 230 and 170 kills on the Hellstorms, though, which is pretty good. Alright, come on now. Yeah, another reason I don't like that map, because of the hill, the Hellstorms have a tendency to fire into their own units. And, oh, right, Empire doesn't have any way to heal. It's alright, pardon the captives. A very slightly hurt unit won't make much of a difference. We get 5,000 gold out of that as well, which is nice. We need all the extra funds we can get for Altdorf. You're going to move forward. Gavin, you're going to follow along.
Yes, my lord.
And the two of you should be able to land at the Isle of Wights together next turn. You won't be able to heal there unless I'm mistaken, because it's a red territory, so minus 10% casualty replenishment. Also, speaking of casualty replenishment, let's get that utilized Wizard Apprentices back up and running. We'll finish this up, and then we'll probably try to go through the Council of Electors, mostly to get the Runefang Pact. We don't actually care about Council of Electors all that much, but the Runefang Pact will give us allegiance for increase by 25%, which is pretty great, and the diplomatic relations with all factions, and the melee and missile weapon damage for Karl's army, which is nice as well. It's a decent buff, even though there are better... well, there are decent economy buffs and stuff that we still need to get. Anyway, I believe that's it. We're going to keep the rest of the money that we have, because Altdorf's going to be ludicrously expensive to build up next turn, but that's just fine. It's already actually making so much money. We're actually, compared to the Krogar campaign, less in terms of the turn number, and I think Reikland is making 1.5, actually more than 1.5 times as much as the most money-making province in that campaign. Empire economy is pretty darn strong, and this place is looking like it's going to hit 6k. I'm willing to bet before the end. Alrighty, anyway. Skip. Imminent Rebellion? What? Oh, right, the Pillars of the End. Every time. I keep expecting that to fall, and then these guys aren't taking it. You know what? Screw it, I'm just going to repair it. Watch, as soon as I start repairing, they'll take it. You know what? 1,800 money for the defensive wall here. That's the funny thing. We could have actually built it up overall this time. Well, I guess these things don't actually need to be repaired because it doesn't have an effect on the garrison. But yeah. Odd. Odd indeed. Also, you guys, can any of you recruit anything in this territory? Oh, you can recruit some temp stuff. You know what? That's fine. Do it. Let's go 2 more pikes. This is just a temporary army that Luther Graber is going to keep holding on to, but it will have a use in the sense that we may want to be able to send one out to take a nearly dead territory, while Volki works on the hard targets. Like the Eye of the Panther barely has any defenses, and maybe even Martek, though that's probably too many dwarfs for Luther to take care of. Anyway, skip. Outpost upgrade available only if it's an important one. We don't need the high elves right now, it's fine. Damage building, again. Outpost available in Vissenland, that also keeps getting me. And that's it. Alrighty, now. Where can we get attacked? Probably nowhere right now. It's unlikely anyway. Alright, well then we can just put the camera here and then end the turn and then proceed. Let's kill some more pirates. Rebellion in the jungles of Green Mist. Oh, the rebellion might actually speed over the Pillars of the Unseen Constellations. Ilariel wants a defensive alliance. Counteroffer. Military act. Wow, minus 17 on the trade? What the heck is going on there? Huh. It used to be like minus 1.5 or something. Damn, I should have just paid Ilariel for it. Oh well. Oh well, I guess we could trade for somebody else for now, if we're in a defensive alliance anyway. Though Ilariel is a pretty safe trade partner, and she has a big enough empire that she'd probably give us quite a lot of value for it. Aldebras Meyer is indeed going to get attacked and reinforced by Aranessa. Oh, that's interesting. Aranessa raised the dead to do this. That said, this won't work because we can retreat and she won't attack, thereby being stuck in march stance outside the settlement, which means she's going to get destroyed by Balthazar Gelt this turn. Alrighty, that worked out. The last hurrah of the pirates is going to fail. And this is kind of a good example of when I talk about the AI behaving in ways that make no sense. But anyway, what do we have here? Ah, more Imperial authority. We most definitely need this. Stop the war. We need to get it back up to 13 so that we can confederate again, which I fear won't happen by the time we reach this. Red Horn Trap has been destroyed, Wild Hunt ends, Ally begins outpost construction, Wolfram is now a Master Mason, which is good on everybody. And Jamathius Warner is ready to go. Okay, now, are we able to land at the Isle of... what? Oh... Wait, are you telling me that because this guy is here, we're not able to land? Oh, damn. Huh. Did the AI do this on purpose? Wait. Yeah, we can land here and attack him, but he'll just move away. Okay, wait. Let's figure this out. If Gavin attacks him, he won't draw the garrison in, unless I'm mistaken. Which means we can have Gavin land here, and then we can have Kurt proceed to the Isle of Light. Alright, I hope I'm not wrong about this, because if I'm wrong, both these armies are probably gonna die. Go. You are going to run.
Who calls?
Alright. He's run away. Now, Tech Thief. You are going to steal tech.
Onwards.
Wait, you succeeded last time, which means this place, wait, has no local effects? I thought that it, that once you steal tech, it decreases the chances of you stealing tech next turn. Okay, I guess it doesn't. Success! Not a failure. And, oh, you actually have to land in the same place, which means we will have to take a turn of attrition. Damn. Alright, well, you can go into channeling? Huh, are you really unable to land here? This is a port, right? It is a port. Alright, wait. Go right here. Right beside it, and then try to land there. I hope I'm not wrong about this either. It might be one of the broken territories. Ah, yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, no. That's not good for Mr. Gavin. He could get attacked next turn, but at least he can reach the Isle of Lights. And you know what? This actually prevents Kurt from suffering an extra needless turn of attrition, doesn't it? Yeah. Bet he can't land. Are you sure? Are you 100% sure you can't land? Yeah, see, it's trying to move away from the port rather than directly going through it.
To battle.
Yeah, no dice. Oh well. We'll see what happens. It really depends on how many units Gulator can get up and running.
What does the Emperor bid?
Gavin, try to survive, buddy. Alright, now. Ooh, hello. Somebody's coming down from the Ecstatic Legions. We've been expecting that for a while. I don't know whether they can hit R now in a single round. I don't imagine that they can. Well, let's see. So what we need to do, we need to put you into an camp stance. Say right here. And we'll transfer Boris's stuff to you. Boris, transfer, please. And then you're gonna move south because, well, you're generating a new army shortly. Alright, go, go, go. Like so. Transfer... Okay, well, we can just not use the... Oh. Okay, how about this? There we go. A full stack, a garbage one, mind you, but... You know, then we don't need the swordsmen, the regular swordsmen, they're just wasting money here. And then Boris, you can move southward to, let's say, Karoberg, wherein you will acquire your new army. Speaking of new army, we have now the Karoberg Great Swords available, though we should probably recruit next turn when the other stuff is up, like the Knights of the White Wolf, which we're going to start recruiting. And we got a couple turns until the Wolfkin, so one more turn here by the looks of it, Recruiter. Is there anything else that you want to recruit here? These guys are actually fairly cheap to recruit. 8 turns via the global, though. Yeah, that's pretty steep. We probably will nonetheless want to get a couple of Hellstorm rocket batteries, but they're gonna take 2 turns. How much will they cost to recruit with you? Actually, not that much more than by Recruiter.
Yes.
So maybe we'll have them do it instead. Bernhard von Sanger, I mean. Or we could even have Kurt Helborg do it. Wait, do you have any recruitment cost reduction? They're a little bit more expensive for you, but you can ferry them over. That's what we can do. So yeah, you build those. You... is this a sufficient number of great swords? Ooh, also, that reminds me, Knights of War are now available. Well, let's get those in the army here. And Skaven Blade didn't actually sally out. I'm pleasantly surprised. And we're about to attack this. Actually, are you in range? Oh... Aranessa, you're screwed. Okay, I thought you'd actually be in range of Rifrafa, but alas. And then we'll have 1 turn for Sartosa. This actually worked out really well. So we're gonna put you into, let's say, trenches, like so.
Step to it.
And then we're gonna have Gelti. I guess we're gonna auto-resolve this because there's really nothing in Aranessa's army.
I shall be victorious.
And she can't run. Poor AI. Alright, decisive victory. Okay, the game better not screw us over and cause us massive amount of casualties here. Game, don't you do it. Yeah, 93 loss, it's fine. That's fine. Most of the army would have been destroyed at range, I expect. The bloated corpses, the artillery, the bats, and the... yeah, no. It would have been far, far too easy. Pardon captives. And income from sacking settlements plus 20 and regeneration when fighting at sea. You know, I should have actually had Aldebross do that and then sent him out to sea to be a sea army, but I guess Gelt can travel via the sea to some places. Anyway, to Rifrafa you go. And this... it's a better army. It's not a strong army, though. I think we'll save Gelt's battle for Sartosa. Just, this still feels too weak. It would be very similar to the battle that we just had at Lucini, except for the fact that, well, we have 2 armies, and then, yeah, it's not worth it. The tier 5 at Sartosa is gonna be a different story. Occupy the place. There we go. Hey, another Fear of Aramar. Nice. Talea now completely secured. You are going to move in march stance to Lucini, just in case these guys raise the dead, and in case Balthazar can't actually reach it in one go, he may have to go into march stance. Then... alrighty, if we can't fight that, what can we fight? Well, you know what, let's first upgrade Altdorf, then we'll see about fighting. So, Altdorf, a bunch of key stuff. Imperial Port... and then it's a ludicrous expense, 7.2k for those Altdorf Colleges of Magic. And we got the Gunsmith, the Engineer's Workshop upgraded, so steam tanks and Hellblaster volley guns, as well as the Imperial Palace, its Altdorf Company of Honor, and its control rank, or control +2, and its rank upkeep. And Lord Recruitment cost reduction, but I'm not sure that we care about that. Alrighty, very, very nice. And that'll complete the province, minus possibly a Shrine of Sigmar if we want to build one here, but we can simply build it nearby. That's the only thing that's missing here, and I would like it to be just a full-fledged military hub, but we'd have to get rid of the toll gates. And Reikland is in the middle of a bunch of territories. And I do also like the trade tariff increase. So we get that pretty much in every location. I feel like it's not a big deal not to be able to recruit the Sigmarite disciples here. We can recruit them elsewhere. The building doesn't actually do much for the territory itself, and this is supposed to be a money-making territory. Anyway, let's build another... Let's see, how much money do we have left? Enough. Let's build another common temple. Do we build it at Eilhart or at Grunberg? Eilhart's the most likely to get attacked. This gives him nothing, so you know what? We will build the blacksmith here and the common temple here. Control +1 on adjacent provinces. Oh, that's quite nice as well. Yes. Although, would an extra 10% really be all that worth it? I'm almost tempted to get a second blacksmith. As somebody pointed out, not so much for the recruitment cost reduction, for the recruitment capacity, rather. It would be nice to be able to build an army up in, like, a turn or two. You know what? Maybe we'll go for 2 and 1 like this. I'll think about it. We'll see. It won't be that problematic to just delete one of them later on. Anyway, let's see what we got in terms of potential battles here. So, you guys can no longer move, so we'll have to wait until next turn. Let's see, Karl, are you in range of Uskalak now? You are not in range of Uskalak, so we'll have to wait until... Oh, hello. Jacques Onefinger. We'll kill you, and then we can reach Uskalak from Great Skull Lakes. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take Theon out. He's going to join Nud and his new army. And yes, you're gonna move out. And then we're gonna put Karl outside of Great Skull Lakes like so in ambush. Rupert, you can... Oh wow, it's a tiny little gobbo force. We're still going to trade Great Skull Lakes and stuff away, it's just... It'll take a bit. What can you do to this army? You can block it, but your chance of success is relatively low. Mostly we want you to level. Do we actually care about you blocking this? Really not all that much. Whatever. Volgar, you're gonna join Karl. Scout for him. So that he has a wizard of his own. Beautiful. And then... Yeah, I think you're just gonna damage the walls as it's most likely to succeed. Alright, damage walls. Please don't die. Wait. You have specialist. Ah, failed. The move continues when you go into the screen, which is, I guess, kind of an annoyance. Anyway, Theon, continue to proceed to Nud. Nud, you're gonna hit the Eagle areas, but it looks like it is a pretty weak settlement, so... And there's no chance of them doing anything here. Let us auto-resolve. And, oh, wow. Again! Huh, the auto-resolve hates this warrior priest. I wonder why. Is it because he's on a mount? You know what? Occupy. I was gonna sack it originally, but we could trade it away to somebody. And we need to heal now. Wait, did he just get a mount? So, wait, he wasn't on a mount, he just got it? 1 second. I'm just trying to figure out why he would get so hurt. I was thinking of taking him off the mount. Rank gained, equipment gained, does this count as like a mount gained, barded warhorse? Yeah. So he was on foot and getting badly hurt. More hurt than the knights who would charge in before him. Yeah, I don't understand auto-resolve. I just don't understand it. Okay, well, whatever. I wonder where Grimgor is. And oh, look, it's the Cathians. Would be nice to join our empire to 2 hours if possible, though we're getting closer to Kolek now, who's probably sighted us and will start attacking us. Anyway. Battles, 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 battles. Where can we find one? You guys cannot reach the Skaven as yet, can you? What you can possibly do... Wait. No, you can't. Damn. Alright, which one of these armies is stronger? Well, first of all, you are going to get your knights more. Like so. There we go. 3 now. And I think what we need to do is we want to put one of you into ambush and try to ambush the enemy army. Like so. And up here. And then next turn, what we can do is we can hit Skaven Blight and the enemy army outside it. Peter can siege Skaven Blight while the rest of them move in. Alright, Owen, you are going to go right here. in a camp stance, and we'll see if they try to go for you. I guess what might also happen is Wolfram might get ambushed. Just in case he does, we're probably going to want to apply those points. Alright, I was hoping he was in range right now, but oh well. Strength of Hardship does buff Sigmar Disciples and Flagellants, so we'll take that. And then Warrior Priest to you, who is not getting constantly killed by Auto Resolve, are going to get replenished troops, I think. Alrighty, good. Now, Gustalan Barogan, can you reach Owen Ditizen rather? Yes, you can. How do we want this army to look? Do we need 3 mortars? And do we need 2 great cannons? Well, the mortars are decent. They are also quite a threat to your massive melee line. And these 2 great cannons are going to get replaced by 2 Hellblasters when we have the requisite capacity. Do we need this many great swords? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a lot of great swords. You know what, I think we'll get more value out of the 2nd mortar, or the 3rd mortar, than we would out of another great sword. So let's take out one of the great swords. I was going to replace a couple of them anyway with some Sigmarite Disciples, so yeah, let's have you scout for this. And now Owen has a mage. And while the army isn't quite complete, it's getting there. Also, just in case we actually get into a fight, let's get you a few spells. 2 points in Penumbral Pendulum. I get... Ooh, Smoke and Mirrors gives physical resistance in this? Oh, yes. I used to never get Smoke and Mirrors in vanilla. And then I'm gonna say Withering, so that we can upgrade it to the area effect. You can also get 1 point in Enfeebling Foe, but I just don't see it being super useful. Let's get the Withering. And then max out Pit of Shades. Normally I would go for Scouting ASAP, but Pit of Shades is just too good. Alright, and the Occam's Mindrazor on the pile of greatswords and the Knights of Morn. Would be nice as well. Alright, there's buildings to build, but that's not as critical as trying to find a fight here. May have to end the turn before we find one, but damn it, this episode ain't ending until we get a good one. Luther Grobber and Co., yes. You guys are gonna head out. So Volky, you cannot reach the next place, but that's fine. You're going to move... Is there anywhere you can move where you wouldn't suffer attrition? You can move here. And this is all enemy wait, actually, you can move right there. Now, there's probably a full stack there. I do have to wonder if they'll try to attack us. That might not matter, however, if we move you to support. Yeah, they're not going to attack both of us. There's just no way. Even with a full stack, what they might do is they might try to jump down to take the Great Desert of Araby from us. Also, you're gonna march down south to try to take Xandri, possibly, or at least hopefully, before Arcan does. Hopefully these guys can't reach you. You know what, just move this way.
No time for R&R.
Alright, away you go, buddy. And we have that special building being completed shortly, so all of this attrition will be no longer relevant by then. Kurt, you are staying where you are. Marcus, ooh. Wait. I was gonna build some Reiksguard. You know what? I guess we're gonna build Reiksguard not with Recruiter. Yes, construction cost or recruitment cost reduction, but technically so does Bernhardt. It's just he doesn't have a militiaman. Do we have a second militiaman, or have we only gotten 1 for the entire campaign? No, we got only 1 for the entire campaign. Won a battle against the human army. To be fair, we haven't fought a lot of enemy humans, so fair enough. Start building Reiksguard. Oh, they only take 1 turn. I didn't realize that. Okay, well then we can have a recruiter recruit them. Like so. Alrighty, beautiful. And then next turn we move up here. That is not a battle, however. Marcus, you're not ready. But are you close to being ready? Let's see. You could reach Monument of Itzatal from where you are and attack it. And that would be worth a fight. It does have a slan as well as a decent amount of enemy units. Pradat would probably be able to hit Spectazuma, but unless he has a full stack, there's no way he's taking it. Oh, an Empire Secessionist. It would be fun if we got a militiaman out of this. I'm tempted to get a temporary lord here, one that we won't keep around. So one without a good trait. You, Kurt Lehman, you have 4 campaign skills, which means I believe I was using you as a recruiter or something like that. Let's get one of these guys then. Immunity to psychology. I'm gonna go here. And you're gonna recruit. If they attack, then maybe you'll survive. Hold the line, let's also get your Inspiring Presence. And I think, well, Brass Sling... Well, you know what, if we can wait to make use of Emperor's Finest. You know, just hold on to your 2 points. See if you survive. Unbelievable. Alrighty, everything else is good. Yeah, we're gonna move Marcus WULFHART out. He's the only one that can get a battle going right now. Now let's also, and before we go, do the last of the reset skills. So you, Kalara, need your skills reset immediately. You and Marcus were the only ones that were left. So Endless Hunters for you during forest battles, Arrow of Kurnus, and then you should have buffs for the army, which is, I don't remember where. Yes, pick them off, range +5. So scouting ahead, pick them off for the range, enemy armor reduction, and charge bonus. I don't care for cunning. We can wait for the rest. Of those ones, I mean. Hidden Paths campaign movement range for the army, yeah, sure. Definitely Eye of Kurnus to buff everybody up, and I guess we can put 2 points into either... Oh, ambush defense chance. Lots of useful stuff. We would want to get Prey of Anathema fast as well, because it stops enemies moving. And missile resistance reduction. So on something like a Slan, it would be pretty darn decent. Missile strength, reload time... Ammunition. You know, just in case we're still gonna go Endurance, but let's start moving through Fleet Finger until we get Prey of Anathema. And we'll ignore the melee stuff, because hopefully she won't need it. At least not yet. Alright, fine. Fleet Finger it is. And then lastly, WULFHART, since you're about to fight, and you are actually holding onto your points to get one of these, so you can't be using those. We will have to be careful though, because this army is it's kind of garbage right now. The only thing that concerns me is what if there's a full stack at the Temple of Karl? Well, I suppose we should be able to see it once we move. So, WULFHART, you do not need Leader of Renown, that's for sure. At least not right now. Reset character skills. Good. Then, best of the best, Sleight of Hand, double shot ammunition for your Huntsman, but I don't think we need a second point because it only powers you up. We do want the campaign movement range. We need any of this here. Telescopic aim, Sundering attacks, yes please. And another 20% range, but let's take Grand Hunts Marshal. Irregular Elite gives us buffs for all those units, so yes. Impervious to attack only buffs you. Do we want to get hold the line right now? I would like the casualty or punishment rate, probably. Or in the alternative, we go for Pistol Core to continue buffing all of the range units, as opposed to the healing. But the healing could come in really handy depending on how badly we get hurt.
Marcus WULFHART.
Kind of hard to say. You know, let's get 1 point in healing, but then we'll start moving through to Pistol Core. And we already, I believe, have hold the line on one of the hunters, so yeah. Inspiring Presence and then Pistol Core. Alrighty, looks good to me. Now, you're ready to move out, or as ready as you're going to be. Let's switch you to Trenches to buff everything up, and let's get the Monument of Itzitz. Oh, why, items. I forgot to give those to you. Is there anything that would somehow buff your ranged capabilities any further? And, oh, you need ancillaries as well. Oh, yes. You need a handgunner unit. Not going to be super useful to you, but it will buff everybody's range damage. I don't think we have a spare handgunner, do we? No, we'll have to make one. Okay, fair enough. Imperial Adjutants, Heroes, no, Irregular Adjutants, Handgunners, Missile Infantry. And we could probably use the Halberdier guy as well, but, you know. Yes, good. I wonder, does Gregor Rodzinner... Yeah, he does have a Halberdier unit that we could probably take. He's not going to be using them. At least, he hasn't been using them for a while. He might at some point. But it's not looking like it, at least not right now. You know what? We're gonna take your patrol captain of Halberdiers right now. And you're still just staying here. We should also get you Time of Peace or whatever, and we should also probably put your Runefang on somebody else since it's not in use either. Anyway, there we go. Marcus, you now get a Halberdier unit as well, and just to buff up your army slightly. Razor Standard is not super useful for you. War Banner. Now, it was on Peter, but I feel like Marcus could probably benefit from it a little bit more. Even more reload time reduction. I kind of want to see just how ludicrously strong his range attacks can get. So yeah, let's take the War Banner from you. Banner of Swiftness, Standard of Discipline, Banner of Eternal Flame. That's going on the Fire Army. We can get the Gleaming Pennant and the Standard of Discipline just for a little bit of extra leadership. And that's it. You can keep the Ratcatcher, though. You need a Messenger as well. Let's say Messenger for the campaign movement range, and honestly, it might actually be better to get a Scribe or a Pit Fighter or something else than these standards. I do wish that banners acted like runes, and then you could use several of them in a single lord. But oh well. What the heck? How do we have the Middenland Runefang? Legbiter is the Middenland Runefang. Huh. There's 2 copies of it. Well, that's weird. Seems like a bug. Okay. I wonder if that'll disappear next turn or something like that. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm not 100% sure whether I should use it if it's a bug, but on the other hand, it is tempting. It's a really, really strong one because it gives regeneration. Now, you don't get too much out of this, do you? I can give you Glittering Scales. Do we have Glittering Scales? A Potion of Speed. You know what? And who else would benefit as much from the reload skill offered by Potion of Speed? I don't really use that thing on anybody else. And yeah, there's a few things here that we'll want to delete, but these are going to heroes, and we don't have enough to give everybody them. Yeah, I think we can give you the Armor of Silvered Steel for now, and you know what, there's probably other stuff that we can swap around, but I'm too lazy to do it now, so we're just going to, let's just attack. Actually, one other thing that I want to do. Valiant defeat, that's what I like to see. Alrighty, so I want you to have the Warrior Bane. We'll keep Tormentor's Sword probably for one of the mages. And I was just looking if there's any more debuffs. No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, just keep the Warrior Bane. It's actually probably not ideal on you, but for this particular battle. You have your skills, right? Yes, but what you don't have is your Wizard ancillaries, namely the Light College No, that's the wrong thing. We need... I should probably put some Hunters. All units in army? Yeah, sure. Hedge Wizard. And there was another magic guy. If only I can remember. Apprentice Wizard, yes. Alright, beautiful. Now that's it. Agitator experience plus 5%. Give that to somebody else. Alright, here we go. Now we're attacking. Alright, Valiant Defeat, War Banner for WULFHART. You guys can have, I don't know, on the flanks because they're more likely to get hurt. Let's get to it. Alright, on it, that was your first speech, Marcus. I was expecting a little bit more, at least. Ooh, I do like this map lighting, though. It looks quite nice. Anyway, here we go. I'm pretty darn excited about this particular battle, mostly because, well, our troops are absolute garbage. We have pikes and archers to make up the most of the army, and they're the worst units that the Empire has, and we're far too late in the game to be relying on them. Ooh, and Marcus gets hit with a Shem's Burning Gaze, which also does sort of hit the handgunners and the halberdiers. Looks like it did decent damage to Marcus as well. And guess you didn't bend the air around you so well in order to dodge that one. But yeah, as I was saying, our army is made of primarily basic trash until we replace it with Huntsmen, and the enemy has a lot of very high veterancy units, rank 8 and 9 by and large, on most of their elites. pikes. And we have a Slan, a Feral Basti, some Croxy, so some ranked, so some tier 2 and 3 rather, units. I mean, this unit of Saurus alone is pretty scary with the high veterancy, 49 and 43, and though the armor is blessedly low. Anyway, here we go, let's see what we can do. Marcus is going to start out by getting a few shots off with his Amber Bow into, at the start of the Slan, but now a few more shots into those Pterodon Riders. You'd gotta like the animations of the Amber Bow, though they are quite nice. Ooh, and that was a something shot. I don't remember the name, and oh wow, it looks like it did no damage. Huh. Oh damn, did I use the wrong ability? There was one ability that doesn't work on units that are... yeah, I must have used Focused Shot. Good against large combatants. Unit is not composed of a single entity. So we're supposed to use this on like Croxigors and stuff like that, I guess. Alrighty, that's fine. And we have 2 more attempts. Anyway, it looks like at the very least the enemy is going to waste its first unit of Pterodon Riders, though it does have a second one, and is going to get absolutely pincushioned by the Hunters and our Lord and Heroes. We also have a U2 out here, so Kalara is going to be doing quite a lot of damage to whatever she hits, which is nice. In fact, she hits harder than Marcus does. She just lacks the Sundered Armor effect. And we also have our Witch Hunter, whose name I forgot, unfortunately. Hedwig Van Hal. Oh yes, Van Hal. Should have remembered that. I assume relation to the Van Hal, but anyway. It looks like the enemy is going to try to charge after Marcus with the Soko Rismata. Oh my, there's another Risoko Rismata. Ha! Yeah, got the same name for a Source Lord in my current Crocky campaign. And he is going to catch up to Marcus, so he's going to... let's see if he bowls him over with the charge. He does not bowl him over, so it looks like you have enough charge resist to at least resist that, though you are getting a little bit pincushioned by your allies, and we're just going to move away so that you don't die. Ooh, nice back shot, though, and you move through the ranks of your summoned halberdiers. No, these are the pikemen. Alright, and it looks like with that, the enemy hero is going to be broken, not routing yet. He did take a lot of extra damage due to the accusation also on him from our Witch Hunter. Sorry, I got distracted by looking at what's happening in the army. Anyway, the vast majority of the enemy is already nearing us, and it's going to get very concerning very quickly. It looks like the enemy is going to fly overhead and drop some bombs on top of one of our units of pikes. Ooh, nice shot from Marcus, though. And then he's going to get immediately charged by that Basti. We are going to try to focus the Basti down with all that we can, but it looks like the enemy is going to be breaking through our line of pikes much sooner than perhaps we'd like. But hardly surprising. At the very least, the second unit of Stegodon Riders is about done, and the Steg as well. The focus fire has been pretty good. I also want to point out that the enemy Slan actually sat back all the way back here where we couldn't target him and focus him down at all, so good job to the AI for that one. Croxigors are now getting focused down and are now down to about 50% HP. And though they are making very quick work, especially together with these feral cold ones of our pikes. But to be fair, pretty much everything's making quick work of pikes. Alrighty, finally the enemy Slan has moved in range, but he is doing the dance in the background to dodge shots. Marcus WULFHART is also taking shots to try to hit the Slan, and so are several of our Hunters, but damn, most of those shots aren't hitting where they should. Well, looks like a great dance from the Slan, and in fact I do regret even bothering to target him with several of our units of Huntsmen. They probably should have went for the Saurus and whatever instead, so we are going to switch their targets off in a second. The Slan has taken about a third of its HP off, but about 30 seconds or so of straight fire from the other units is kind of wasteful. Alrighty, and it looks like we have, what, 3 units of pikes still holding? Starting to get quite dangerous. The enemy has also overwhelmed Hedwig Van Hal here, though fortunately he does have a healing potion, so he's not going to be as concerned. We also have our other hero, who should be in the middle of this fray somewhere here, Roderick Longyi. And there he is. Oh, he has a nice glowing sword as well. And facing off against some Croxies. Man, hit from that magic sword and the Croxigor looked like it just got slapped. Just slightly moved his head. Alrighty, well, you keep holding, buddy. It looks like we're going to have to rely on our heroes and our archers to hold. The handgunners are also getting into a fight with some skinks here because we are pretty much out of melee units. This unit of pikes holds and this one does, but it's 2 out of whatever we had from the start, so I don't remember, 5 or something? Yeah, very few melee units remaining. And it looks like the enemy Slan is getting his his shield regenerating. Several of our units have obviously routed. Let's see, we got archer units and 2 units of pikes running here. This one's about to rout as well. 2 more archer units running, and it's getting dicey. A balance of power is about 50%, and hardly surprising considering the basic level of our troops. But hopefully the enemy won't have the strength to actually overcome the heroes. That's a big old hammer for the engineer to bonk people with. And there we go. I like how he immediately takes up his gun right after. I'm just watching the little duel here. Now, lots of heroes in this particular army, which makes it fun to watch them. And Van Hal is still holding. Man, he is doing a fantastic job. Since he got trapped with the Saurus here, his healing potion has been keeping him alive, and I guess he has pretty good stats. I mean, the Witch Hunters in SFO generally have pretty good melee stats, so yeah, he's got, let's see, 60 melee defense up, and there's that healing potion. He's at about half HP, but will hopefully rise above it. Van's power is still about even, though WULFHART is now really trying hard to focus down the enemy Slan, together with the Jorik Grim, our engineer, and I believe Kalara was trying to as well. No, I think she switched to the Kroxagors. And while we'd like to actually use Hedwig Van Hal to do the same, but it's kind of difficult with him fighting in melee. Anyway, hopefully the Amber Bow will be enough to bring the Slan down. His dancing capabilities will probably be limited against WULFHART at the very least. And yeah, looks like those shots from the Amber Bow are coming in fairly quick. Come on, a few more shots. Yeah, he can't dodge those nearly as well as he can dodge the shots from our archers and huntsmen, so... There we go, down he goes. Well done to you, Marcus. Huh, he almost shot something, and then gave up. Come on now. Hey, what are you doing? I'm not telling him to attack anything directly, just... This is the unit trying to take aim and then failing. Alright, that looked pretty nice, so there we go, and the last of the enemy units are just about to rout. There's a unit of Chameleon Skinks and Saurus Warriors, but it looks like one of the units of Pikes sort of held. This one is broken, but you can see how badly damaged it is, and it is only so badly damaged because we popped the entrenchment on them as they started to rout, forcing them to essentially stay there and continue blocking the enemy. It's quite a nice tactic. I recently started to make use of this in my Dwarf campaign, or my Belagar campaign, and I find that it's a better use of entrenchment than actually reducing damage to the units, so you gotta make sure to use it in the future. Anyway, one more unit left, and it is a set of Temple Guard. We are going to directly charge them with Roderick Longy and take shots at them with all of our heroes, and I think the rest of them will force it to rout as well. There we go, a Pyrrhic victory, and came very, very close at the end there. I think out of our melee and our ranged troops, pretty much only the huntsmen remained. Everybody else pretty much routed away. If the enemy had a few more units, they definitely could have broken through our line. Though I did make a little bit of an error by even having the huntsmen try to focus the Slan down. I figured, hey, they're anti-large, and the heroes and the huntsmen together could just rip that Slan apart, but no, and just like a player doing the dance to avoid those shots, the enemy was pretty adept at it as well. Oh well, it's fine, and next time we'll just have Marcus snipe enemy lords and heroes while all the huntsmen focus on the units instead. Alrighty, we did get a nice fight after all. That was pretty fun. Obviously, we took quite a bit of damage for it, but hardly surprising. We have primarily a bunch of pikemen, which are tier 1 units, as our main line, and being tier 1 units, and unbuffed as well, because WULFHART doesn't buff them, or at least we haven't built him to buff them. They were always going to break. Same thing with the archers, although they did fairly respectable damage, and nothing like the huntsmen, which will be, you know, the main portion of this army once we can actually build them up. The wizard didn't do much, but we also had basically no mana for him to use, so he's kind of a wasted slot in that particular battle. And it looks like out of the hunters, the most damage by far went to Kalara, actually even more than Marcus WULFHART, though he had a little bit of a tough time firing through our own units there. Alrighty, well, we are going to occupy the place, Monument of Itzatal, which is actually a mountainous territory. Hey, we got a valet, nice. The valet should actually probably go to our own... to Marcus, because he's going to need to be able to find more. So yeah, let's take out this and put the valet in here instead. That's only the second one. Oh, damn. The other one is held by Kurt Heldenstraat. We don't have room for it on Karl, or I would give it to Karl, but for now, Wolfie here can hold it. Actually, I call Wulfric Wolfie, so you'd be something else. But anyway, well done to you. We're going to get Master Survivalist then right now because of the extra casualty or punishment rate just for the end turn. It doesn't look like anybody's nearby, so we would be able to go to Temple of Kara next turn if we wanted to. We can leave Spectazuma for now, A, and B... the barracks will be up next turn, which means we can immediately delete all these useless pikes and then replace them with piles upon piles of huntsmen. Actually, with WULFHART buffing them, their melee attack is 29. It's not quite to the point of a pikeman unit, but it's getting up there. And their missile strength is quite nice as well, and will continue to grow as we buff the army up further, and including the heroes. We'll probably give them some items and stuff, but I'll probably do that off screen so I don't waste too much time with it. Anyway, with that, we are out of time. Next time, Marcus will continue to the Temple of Kara and build up his force, and we will go and burninate some more Greybeard's prospectors, as well as taking out Sartosa for good, and possibly taking out Skaven Blight as well, depending on how this ambush thing that we've got going on works out. Will be really nice. We do have 3 armies here, which should be more than enough to take out Skaven Blight. Looks like...
Not this time.
Robbie actually defeated...
Hunt and forage.
Our... They defeated Arguelon. Interesting. Actually, it would be really great if you would go for Nuja and take it for us so that we could retake it without having to trade. Oh, that would be amazing. If only there was a way to tell an enemy to attack something, or to, like, bait them into attacking something. What if we put it, like, summon a temporary lord? Yeah, but what if he sieges Magritta? If we were to get a temporary lord and put him right there, these guys could act as reinforcements and he could maybe destroy them? Because if we could do that, we could then trade the Massive Orcal for Grimhold, and then we wouldn't need to save it for one of the two. I've been really hoping that something happens to this. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, Skaven Blight, Sartosa, more lizards. We got Karl moving north. We got Kurt, who has other options around him as well, but we'll be trying to get a proper fight soon as Theon is in his own army. Then the next turn, we begin recruiting the Knights of the White Wolf and the Children of Ulrich. No, they're not Children of Ulrich. Children of Ulrich are werewolves. I'm thinking of something else. Wolfkin. Not to be confused with Children of Ulrich, because they're werewolves. They can shapeshift. Anyway, they're not in the game. I actually don't know whether they were retconned or not, because I haven't heard anything about them for ages, it feels. Maybe they were retconned. Maybe this is old lore. I don't know. Anyway, more Empire to come, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.